Hey, here we are, day 64. We've got less than 30 days to go, less than a month to read, and almost done here with the Old Testament, and then we will breeze through the New Testament. So, man, thanks for sticking with us and catching up and all the stuff we've done. Today, we're reading, through the end of Daniel and through the book of Hosea. I first of all want to say something about Hosea and in with Daniel. Hosea is an incredible book and narrative of a man's life that I think one analogy I would make, an application to us today, is oftentimes we come and we want to know, why are these things happening to me? And I know I try to help people understand and help myself understand and my family that, God is telling a story through us. And sometimes that story is going to take, bends and turns and sharp angles and ups and downs that we sometimes cannot begin to explain or understand. And that is with Hosea. If you read Hosea today, if you read that, it ought to comfort you in one way, is that God is going to use your life. And that's not always going to be, the exciting things in your life. Hosea goes through, a marriage that God tells him to go marry a prostitute. And she's very unfaithful to Hosea. And God every time tells Hosea, go take her back, go buy her back, go bring her back. That application is the same thing to us, which God is trying to say. Every time I'm going to say to you, no matter what you do, I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you back. I'm going to keep bringing you into my life. So just to look at Hosea as an example how faithful he was to God. Stick in there and stay faithful. Now Daniel is an incredible book. The first 6 chapters you've read already is a narrative. But in chapters 9 and 10, we see the incredible prayer life of Daniel. It's amazing. As he begins to pray, as he sees a vision, and Daniel begins to pray because he asks God to speak to him. What does it mean? In Daniel 9, it says as he was praying, he was confessing his sin, he did everything he was supposed to do, he came to God. Here's this guy opening his life up, pleading for God to speak to him. And it says, as I was praying, Gabriel, whom I had seen in an earlier vision, came swiftly to me at the time of the evening sacrifice. He explained to me, Daniel, I have come here to give you insight and understanding. The moment you began praying, a command was given, and now I am here to tell you what it was. For you are very precious to God. Listen carefully, so that you can understand the meaning of your vision. Daniel was just like many of us, just like Hosea. Like I said, he fell down before God, and he's crying out to God. He's confessing his sins to God. God, speak to me. And God sends Gabriel and says, you are precious to God. Now, I want to close because then in the 10th chapter, we spend a lot of time talking about it. But Daniel goes through this again. He starts praying again, but this time, nothing happens. And for 21 days, nothing happens. But then, the angel comes again and says, Daniel, don't be afraid. Since the first day you began to pray, for understanding and to humble yourself before God, he did the same things again. Your request has been heard in heaven. I have come in answer to your prayer. But for 21 days, the spirit prince of the kingdom of Persia blocked my way. Then Michael, one of the archangels, came to help me, and I left him there with the spirit prince of the kingdom of Persia. Now I am here to explain what will happen to your people in the future, for this vision concerns a time yet to come. The point, again, here is in our struggles like Hosea, don't quit praying. Ask God, speak to me, God. Speak to me. Give me your wisdom so I'll know what even to pray about. Open up my eyes to see where you want me to go and the decisions I need to make. Sometimes we need to understand that there are spirits outside of what we are praying to our God that are trying to stop us. And because they know that if we turn our lives over to God, if we do what God wants us to do, we will accomplish great things for him. Our obstacles, our prayer obstacles, are opportunities for God to grow our lives. You have a great day. I hope it's been a good day. And like I said, we're on the downhill slide. It's almost over with reading the Bible in 90 days. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.